some tips that you can apply to your study plan, solve a question in an easy way, or effectively manage your time. Hi guys, today we're going to talk about some tips that you can probably apply to your study plan in order to ace your CFA examinations. At Zell guys, we've made a lot of videos on various topics covering different things that students always ask us. We also train for professional accounting and finance courses such as ACCA, CFA, CPA, CMA and Diploma in IFRS. If you think that these videos that we've made on different topics would help you, please ensure that you subscribe to our channel to get notifications whenever we upload a new video. Okay, with that being said, now I want to give you all some tips that you all can probably use to ace your CFA examination. The very first tip, and as generic as it may sound, is that you have to make your own notes. You cannot obviously memorize everything. It is very difficult to do that. So what I would recommend you do is whenever you're watching your class, you have a copy with you, or a notebook rather, and you make notes on the side while you're studying. That is the most effective way to do it. Often when you're attending the live class, there will be certain tips that a faculty may give you about how to solve a question in an easy way, or they might just give you something that's extremely important from an exam perspective. Make sure that you are writing this down in your notebook so that you can retain this later when you're going to revise. The second point I want to talk to you all about is obviously getting familiar with the Texas BA2 Plus financial calculator. Now, the CFA exam obviously requires you to use a financial calculator. It is not very difficult, obviously, to use the calculator, but there are certain nuances that you would have to pick up. And it is extremely important that you get very well acquainted with your calculator, because it's going to help you save time in the exam. And I will get to the next point about time management, but it's going to help you save a lot of time. It's important that you're good with your calculator. So make sure that before you sit for the class, you spend some time just learning how to use your calculator. The next point I want to talk about is time management. Now, it's extremely crucial that you're not just able to solve the MCQs, you're able to solve them in the right amount of time. If you're going to spend 10 to 15 to 20 minutes per MCQ, chances are that you will end up solving it. But can you solve the same MCQ within 1.5 to 2 minutes? And that is the challenge that you need to put on yourself, which is to be able to solve these questions, but solve them in a timed manner. So probably what you can do is, when you're practicing certain concepts or questions for the first time, give yourself more time. But the second time you practice it, your second round of revision, cut down on the amount of time you give yourself, and your third round of revision, you can make that even lesser than the second time. And in this way, you learn to effectively manage your time and perform in an exam-like environment. The next point, guys, I would like to talk to you all about is the way that you prepare for the examination. Now, I'm sure you all have certain strategies in mind. However, what we've noticed at Zell, having trained these many candidates, is usually what works out very well for students is you attend the live class. Then you read through the material that was taught in the live class. Okay, so you sit with your textbook and you read through the textbook. Then you practice certain questions related to the concept that you've just learned, and then you move on to the next concept. And this approach will work very well for you. Usually, students prefer going through all the recordings or the live classes and then opening their textbook. I don't think that is the best way to study. So ideally, you can use this approach where you're attending the live class, you're reading the textbook, you're practicing the questions, and only then do you move on to the next concept. Okay guys, I hope that you have found some of these tips helpful. Some of them are quite generic, but it's extremely important that we do the basics right in order to pass an exam like the CFA exam. With that being said, guys, make sure that you all like this video. Make sure you leave a comment with any suggestions or questions that you might have, and you subscribe to the Zell YouTube channel to get notifications whenever we upload a new video. Thanks for watching.